tell you thought you owned the place. The words that you said, the 2 steps ahead. Well, your way to play was widespread. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. Bet you thought you'd screw me over, but you do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting. Fine. Don't think you're burning me. I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now we've had some fun, but I'm not the one. Since you walk over me when you're done, it's not what I seek, and I won't be weak. I won't let you hush me when I speak. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. Bet you thought you'd screw me over, but you do no harm. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting. Fine. Don't think you're burning me. I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. If you don't like what you find, don't feel obliged. There's a line waiting right behind. Now if you want, we can fight. I've got all night if I'm not all that exciting. Fine. Don't think you're burning me. I'm free and fine. See, got other places to be. If you don't like what you find, feel obliged.
Let's do this. Let's do this. 1 hour strength training, yoga, strength, balance. You got it going on, right? Yes, you do. You can do this practice. I promise you can. It's 1 hour. We practice every single day, 1 hour long each day. Every practice is different. You can do it. I promise you can do it. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. Let's do it. Come on, stand up. Stand up, have your props nearby. Maybe you got a chair. Maybe you're seated in a chair, and that's good. All right, I'm gonna stand up. Lock in a stress number in your mind, scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you? What's going on? How stressed out are you? Everybody gets stressed out. That's for sure. You get stressed out. We're gonna work on bringing that stress number down. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Give it a number, and let's start. Okay, biggest thing, the bottom of our screen had said, don't hurt yourself. Put your hands on your hips. Spread your feet a little bit wider. Send your elbows back. Chest is lifted. Take that pose of confidence. Just feel big. Feel like Superman. Pick up space here. Take a big breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Start to come up onto the balls of your feet and come on down. Come on down to a flat foot. Lift up and down. All right, don't hurt your body. If any of this stuff hurts, real simple, don't do it. But you can do this practice because you modify it. Even if you're doing it 10%, you're doing really well. Maybe you're seated in a chair. Maybe you're holding onto your countertop. It's all good. Just commit to being here on your little mat. Commit to goodness for yourself. So now you're lifting your heels up, coming up onto the balls of your feet, coming on down. Do what feels good for you. Maybe you like to hold it up there for a little bit and come on down. Maybe a few times, come down onto your heels, lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Big breath in, big breath out, lift and lower. Best advice, don't overthink it. It's just yoga. It's no big deal, right? Just do it. What is it? It is moving. Moving your way and getting through the practice. Get through, stick around, don't give up. That's success. Lift and lower. Are your calves on fire yet? Mine are. All right, let's come on down. Plant your feet, lift your toes up, give them a little bit of a wiggle. Plant your feet solidly, maybe move your feet in a bit. Lift your arms up to an extended mountain pose. Maybe you're seated in a chair. It'll still work. It's magic in your body. Interlace your fingers, send your palms up to the sky, and do a palm tree pose. Sway from side to side. You can do this. Maybe bend to your elbows. Oh, just feel that side bend. Let it feel good. And remember, you're modifying. You're modifying to make it work for you. And now that you've given yourself permission to not be perfect, whatever perfect is, you can be good. All right, you got this. Breathe. Oh, side bends. Let it feel great. Think like how a cat or a dog stretches. Just, enjoy the good stretch. Come back to the midline of your body. Tee out your arms. And do some arm circles, just like drawing circles on the side of the room. As you're doing that, maybe put a bend in your knees. Hands come down, knees bend, hands come up, knees straighten. Just little circles or big circles. Just get into your shoulders a little bit and get into your knees. Wake them up. Arm circles, and there you are. Arm circles in the other direction, and breathe. Oh, never know where you're going to be, here, there. All right, let's come on up. Come on up to standing. Send your arms high again, extended mountain, lengthen. Sigh it out, soften in your shoulders. You've circled your arms. Let's do our big coat swing. Arms down by your sides. Start to sway from side or twist from side to side. Look over one shoulder, then the other. Arms are loose and hanging heavy by your sides. Shoulders are away from your ears. Over one shoulder, then the other. Maybe close your eyes, challenge your balance. Every day we practice, and we practice differently. We practice live, start to finish, no cuts. It's all really real. And we do different things, different days. Today's might be the most challenging practice for you, but you can do it. Yes, you can, because you're modifying. Check us out every day of the week. Facebook, YouTube, check us out. And do what you can, and you will feel better. I really do promise you'll feel better. All right, slow the arms down. Come back to arms down by your sides, shoulders over your hips. Maybe close your eyes. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Let your arms go up high to the sky, extended mountain. Let your arms float down. Place your hands at your low back. Push your belly forward. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Let that feel good in your back. And open up through the chest. Look up to maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. Or maybe even press the belly further forward and look up overhead. Breathe in. Think of the chest rising up. And exhale, soften. One more big inhale, chest lifts, and on this exhale, hinge forward, take a forward fold. Let your fingers hang toward the earth. They don't have to touch. You bring them down to whatever is good for you. Here's what you could do. You could bend your knees. And if you're seated in a chair, you can still do this pose. Nose toward your knees, crown of the head toward the earth, forward fold, belly hollows out. Shake your neck. Loosen it up. Shake your shoulders. No stress there. Wiggle your knees. Shake your hips. It's supposed to be fun. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Sweep the arms on up. Come on back up to a standing position. Lengthen, strengthen. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Take a moment here, pausing. Create your own little mantra, your own little positive affirmation in your mind. Maybe today it is I am strong, or maybe today it is I can do it. Take a big breath in. shoulder softening, breath out. Ragdoll pose. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your arms down toward the earth. Toe heel your feet about hip width distance apart. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Fold forward. Look back to your knees or up toward your belly button. Soften in the knees. No big deal here. Maybe you got to spread your legs even wider. Let your belly come between your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your elbows start to sway from one knee toward the other. Elbows swaying, releasing the tension and the pressure in your low back. Oh my goodness, let it feel awesomely wonderful. You deserve it. As you focus this 1/24th of your day, this 1 hour, focus on you. You'll be better off for it. All right. Come back to the midline of your body. Release your fingers toward the earth. Bend your knees and come on down. Let's do our child's pose. This is our opportunity to get out of our heads. You know, you can do it. You can do this. You can try, you can do it, you can make it work. Knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back towards your heels. Come on down, rest your head on either a block or onto the mat. Arms down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears. You feel nice and tight and concise here in your child's pose. Breathe. The option, you know this one, wide-legged child's pose. Knees are spread, big toes are still touching, hips are still back towards your heels, and your arms are reaching to the top of your mat. You can settle your head into your block or your mat. You could have your block at the top of your mat and place your hands on it to really get into the shoulders. If you like this, try it. If it doesn't work for you, modify. Take a variation that feels good in your back. That's what we're going for. Lengthening the spine here. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, refreshing breath. Oh, and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. As you sigh it out, think of your tailbone going further to the back of your mat. Back is long, back is straight. Back feels pretty good and decompressed. Close your lips if you like and breathe in and out of your nose to allow you to build heat in your body and to breathe more efficiently. Soften in your jaws, let it be. If you're in the extended child's pose, what's that one? That's the one with your knees spread and your arms reaching, extending to the top of the mat. Maybe reach your fingers further to the top of the mat. Maybe press into the block or into the mat. Feel the big stretch in your armpits. Breathe in. Breathe out. Child's pose. In the chair, you can be taking it too. Your chest is down towards your thighs. You're folded in half, feeling the length in your spine, the decompression in your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's finish. Remove the block if you used it. Bring your hands to underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees in or out, whatever works for you. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Feet hip-width distance apart, heels slightly elevated, arms, hands, shoulder-width distance apart. Start to pedal your heels toward the earth. Really exaggerate the pedaling. Come up, up, up high onto the ball of the foot, then bring the heel toward the earth. Shake your neck, loosen it there. Look to your knee or to your belly button, and think of a string attached to your tailbone, pulling it higher up to the sky. Your arms are strong and you're pushing into the earth. Pedal it out, downward facing dog. We'll do this a lot. Still your feet, walk your feet to meet your hands, or walk your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up and you come up to standing. Lengthen up through your fingertips in your extended mountain. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften in the shoulders. Don't stress over this. You do what you can. Maybe you're seated in a chair. Maybe you're taking it just halfway, just relaxing a little bit, no stress. Extended mountain, let's do a sun salutation A. Hands through prayer center, fold in half, fingers toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. You want to create a flat back here like a tabletop. Draw your shoulders back, lengthen through your spine and your tailbone. That's your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, walk your hands forward, and come into a high plank position. For your high plank, feet are hip width distance apart, hands are shoulder width distance apart. You could take this all on your knees. Don't sweat it. All right, I'm gonna come into a high plank, shoulders over the wrists, feet hip width distance apart, pushing the earth away, gazing down between my thumbs, Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows, hug them in, hover above the earth, flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat, then straighten your elbows and come to an upward facing dog. Maybe you're down on your knees, it's all good. Chest is shining forward. Let's take it to a down dog. Bring your feet back to a natural position. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. We did this a moment ago. Pedal. Breathe. You've got it. Remember, you can take it all on your knees. Let's finish. Still your feet. Let's go through it again. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Inhale, arms, sweep up. Extended mountain. Tadasana. Reach, find length, stretch. As you exhale, fold forward, hands to prayer center, fold in half. Inhale, where do we go here? Halfway lift, hands to your shins, squeeze your back, back is flat. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, hands come down. Maybe it's high plank, or maybe it's on the knees. Exhale, low plank. Push the earth away on the tops of your feet to your mat. Send your chest forward, upward facing dog. Tuck your feet, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It's all good. Let's do it again. One breath, one movement. Still your feet. Feet walk to hands or hands walk to feet. Inhale, rise up, float on up. Extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come on down to your mat. High plank, maybe on your knees. Low plank, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest shines forward. Tuck your feet, exhale, down dog. Woo, breathe and pedal. Shake your neck, you've got it. Still your feet, heels toward the earth. Tailbone up toward the sky. Walk your feet to meet your hands or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Time for sun B. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Act as if you're sitting back into a chair right behind you. Sink low, strong thighs. Hold on here. Arms, maybe you got a chair nearby, on your hips, or you reach forward for a little counterbalance. Lengthen through your fingers and sit lower. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, settle. One more, lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold in half again. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, hands down, hinge forward. High plank, maybe on the knees. Bend the elbows, low plank. Tops of the feet on the mat, upward facing dog. You can do it all on your knees. Tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Kick your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the right foot in between the two front hands. Rise on up to standing. Plant the feet. Feet are solid. Right toes are going forward. Back foot is at a 90 or 45-degree angle. What works for you? Wiggle the right toes forward. Right thigh a little more parallel to the earth. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through your spine. You've got this. Exhale, tee out your arms. Lengthen up. Look to the right. Exhale, reach to the right. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Push the inner right thigh open, keeping the knee over the ankle. Left arm lifts. Look up. Always good to look up. Breathe. Lengthen. Distance between fingers and fingers. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, rise up, reverse warrior. Right arm lifts. Left arm goes down your back leg. Reach. Hold on. You're strong. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can succeed. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Be proud of what you're doing. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands plant. Right foot goes back to meet left. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe. pedal. You've got it. We did it on the right side. We'll do it on the left side now. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up to standing. Plant your feet. Back foot is solid. Right foot, toes point forward. Sink on down into your knees. Come on down, breathe. Hips kind of sort of equidistant to the front of the room. Squeeze your mat together as if you're trying to get it to lift in the center. Maybe your bottom is seated in a chair. It's working for you, it really is. When you're ready, hands to purse center, take a moment. Breathe in, breathe out, settle in nice and low. Now tee out your arms, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, settle in low. Look to the left, reach to the left. Tick-tock 6 and 12 in the arms. Here's a variation. Bend that left elbow. Push that hand or that forearm into the thigh. Maybe reach long and strong, fingertips to fingertips. Inhale, rise up, reverse warrior, left arm high, right arm low, look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal, breathe, let it feel wonderful. Still your feet, walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, flat tabletop back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms sweep up, reach long and strong, extended mountain. Exhale, bend your knees a little or a lot. Reach your arms, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. You've got it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to purse center, straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way, maybe on the knees. I'm gonna take high plank. Exhale, low plank. Push the earth away. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Are you working your ankles? Are you working your knees? You got it. Pedal, breathe, still the feet. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Do it your way. I have a hard time on this right side. I've got to wiggle my foot in. Plant the bottom foot, right toes forward, arms tee out, sink on down. Float on down, you strong warriors. You've got it. Check out your right knee over the right ankle. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Turn to the right, reach to the right as you exhale. Tick-tock 6 and 12, look up. Ooh, good stretch on that whole left side. Inhale, rise up, right arm goes up, left arm goes down, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Right foot meets left, high plank, low plank. Push the earth away, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal, woo, breathe, let it feel good. And when you're ready, let's repeat it. One more time on the left side. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Feet are solid. Arms tee out. Sink on down. Breathe. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, settle in. Strong warrior. Look to the left. Exhale, reach to the left. Tick-tock 6 and 12. High. Breathe high, breathe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm high, right arm low. Look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. Move your hips. Shake your neck. Good job. Bend your knees. Hover them above the earth. Take that bear plank. Knees are hovered just above the earth, a couple inches. Push into your hands. Hold on here. Your core is strong. Come on down to your knees. Have a seat. Let's grab a drink. How are you doing? That's your warm-up. All right, warm-up. You're thinking, oh my gosh, that's the warm-up. The idea is to awaken the entire body, which we did. We loosened it with our warm-up. Now we built some strength. All right, there's a word I want you to think about today as you practice. Word is reflect. All right, reflect. Reflect means to think, to ponder, to meditate. Take time to think. I think we're all caught up in so much extraneous stuff. We don't take time to reflect. Reflect on what is good. Reflect on what is faithful. Reflect on what is noble. Reflect on what is right. And that is your yoga. All right. Your yoga. You're healthy. You're strong. We can do this. Come on, let's do some more. Honor your body. Don't do anything that hurts. Let's do our 3 little core things. Soles of the feet touch. Knees open wide. Palms together to touch in prayer. Hold your palms. Lengthen up. Take a deep breath in. Reflect. What are you reflecting on? Goodness? I hope so. Are you reflecting on your strength, your ability to do it? Take a big breath in. Exhale. Slowly come back to reclined. Recline all the way down onto your back. All right, let's do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. Hands, elbows bent, fingertips lightly to your temples. Elbows open wide, maybe this is where you stay. Now try to give it a little bit of a lift as you exhale. Whew. Maybe breathe out your mouth, a little lift of bringing the shoulders up off of the mat. Try to keep your elbows back. Try to stay strong. Feel it in your core. Oh yeah. Now, you don't have to lift very far. Do what you can today. Breathe. Breathe. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Honor your body. It's your temple. It's the one body you have. Honor it. Take care of it. Work it so it can work for you. All right, let's come on down. Your little Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups are done. Time to bicycle. All right, you know the variations here. Bring your knees together. Bring your soles of your feet onto your mat. A little bit of space between your knees. Maybe keep your hands right where they are. Peel your shoulders up. Work opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Just a little twist here. Maybe that feels good for you today. Here's a variation. Lift your feet up. Bring your knees over your hips, shins parallel to the earth, toes drawn up towards your shins, hands on your hips or down by your sides, wherever is right. Ride a recumbent bicycle. Drive through your heels and breathe. Add them both together by bending the elbows, fingers at your temples, peel the shoulders up, and maybe opposite elbow toward opposite knee. And pedal and ride. Or scissor kick by keeping the legs straight. Whew, and breathe. There's your bicycle for today. Let's finish. Legs come down. Arms go high overhead. Stretch it out like a big stick. Big number 1. Whew. Big letter I. Take care of you. Strengthen, lengthen. You've got it. Time for boat pose, Navasana. Bend your knees. Hands, bring them behind your knees. Low on the hamstrings. Rock and roll up. And you know if it's okay for you to rock on your spine or not. Check with your doctor, especially if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia. Find your balance here. Just have a little bit of fun rocking back and forth. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody can see you. That's one of the beauties of practicing at home. You get it done. You get it done your way with no judgment. All right, come on up to seated. Lean on back. Shoulders are squeezed back so your chest is lifted and your back is nice and flat. Lean on back as if you were in a recliner. Take the weight out of your feet a little bit or a lot and then start to straighten your knees. Maybe the knees straighten or maybe they don't. Nobody's judging. Reach your fingers toward your feet. Reach your fingers up toward where the ceiling and the wall meet. Reach your fingers up high. Breathe and hold in your boat pose. How about elbows to knees? Once or twice. Or 3 times. And then lengthen in your boat. Let's finish. Bring your feet down to your mat. Crisscross your ankles. Hug your knees in. Breathe here with your ankles crossed. Lean on back. You don't have to cross the ankles, just a little variation. Lean on back as if you're back in that recliner and find your balance here. You're strong. You've got good balance. Work on it. That's the way to make it better. Lots of ways to balance, right? All right, let's plant our feet. Bring your hands down to the mat and come into a downward facing dog. All right, hips go high. Feet and hands are shoulder width and hip width distance apart. Shake your neck, let it be. Whew. Breathe. When you're ready, kick your right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. So the right foot comes forward in between the two front hands. Come on up to standing, but this time you're facing that right foot. Your back foot, the back heel is lifted. Bend into your knees generously. Right knee over right ankle for alignment. Back knee is bent and it's gonna hover above the earth. I don't know how high you want it to be. Maybe you got a chair here. I'm gonna bring it down nice and low. You know what? You can bring it all the way down. That works too. All right, hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. When you're ready, sweep your arms up to the sky. Take a baby back bend. Bring your hands back to prayer center, a position of prayer, always a good place to be. When you're ready, left elbow outside of the right knee, hinge forward. Hands are stacked, elbows are stacked. Lengthen through the crown of your head and look to the right. To the right of your mat, look to your hands, or look up to your right elbow, or maybe even farther, look over your shoulder. But take each inhale and lengthen your spine. With each exhale, twist. Let's finish. Slowly come back to the midline. Place your hands inside your right front foot. Left leg comes down nice and straight. Left top of the left foot is on the mat. Find a little block, perhaps, and bring it to your mat. Wiggle your right toes to the top right corner of the mat for a runner's lunge. All right, how does your left knee feel? You can put a towel under it if you want. Think of creative ways to make it work for you. I'm gonna open up my right knee to the side of the mat. I'm gonna have the right side of my foot, the pinky edge side, on the mat. I'm gonna drop my forearms down to the block. Woo, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften in the shoulders. You can stay high on your hands. You could use that block, or you could come down to your forearms for your runner's lunge. When you're ready, inhale, straighten in the arms. It's a quick practice. That's what the idea is today. Not every day is this fast-paced. All right, right foot goes back to meet the left. The left arm is going to be your foundation. Left wrist under left shoulder. You can stay down on your left knee and extend your right leg long. Right hip over left hip, so bring it on back. You can stay down on the bottom knee. Next layer, extend both legs and kind of kickstand them. Raise the right arm up to the sky. Another layer, inner ankles glued together. Press into the earth. Press the earth away. Look up to your right hand. Inhale, lengthen. You got it. Lift your hips. There's your side plank. Hand comes down. Hips go high. Pedal it out. Whew, you got it. All right, you know what to do next. Kick your left leg high up to the sky. We're gonna do it on the left side. Left leg goes high. Sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up to standing. How do you wanna do it? Bend the knee in the back, the right leg, as much as you want. Come on down, maybe all the way down, or hover above the earth. Arms lift, hold here, baby back bend. Arms lift, hands to prayer center. Twist to the other side, right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. There is your twist. Let's do the runner's lunge. Hands inside the left front foot. Come down to that back knee if you're not already there. Wiggle your left toes toward top left corner of your mat. Stop wherever you feel like you need to stop. Right leg long and straight, top of the foot on the mat. Maybe reintroduce your block. Your block has lots of heights. Decide how you want it to be. Left foot opens up on the pinky edge side of the foot. Press into the block, however is right for you. Press into the earth, if that's right for you. Maybe you want to slip down to the block on the forearms. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe no block at all, and you come down to your forearms. Finish up, press into your hands. Side plank on this side, sweep your left leg back to meet the right. Remember the different variations? Maybe stay on your right knee, send the left leg long, hip over hip, arm to the sky, look up. Both legs straight and side by side, that works too. Or both legs straight with ankles glued together. lift, look up, breathe. You got it. Nice job in your side plank. Hands down, hips high, downward facing dog with a nice pedal. All right, strength. Don't you feel stronger? Yes, you do. Balance. Let's work on that. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Come back up to standing. Lengthen here. Whew, you got it. All right, hands to prayer center. Come back. Regroup. Repeat your little mantra, your little slogan. I am strong. I am healthy. I am here. I am worthy. I can do this. Lengthen up. Exhale, soften up. Let's do tree pose, Vrikasana, one of our favorites. All right, so I'm gonna root into my left leg, lifting my right leg up. Open up the right leg to the side of the room, placing the sole of the right foot, either, on the ankle. Then you can kind of kickstand the foot if you want. A little higher on the leg. Skip over the knee. Don't put your foot on your knee. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Outside of the right knee, drives to the back of the room. Maybe you got a chair here. Totally good. Grow your branches. Raise your arms up to the sky. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Find length in your hips. Find length through the crown of your head. Sway your branches and challenge yourself here. Breathe. Here's another challenge. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes for a little bit or a lot. You decide. Sway your branches if you want. Find your balance. Hands back to prayer center. Here's where it gets funky, where it gets fun, like we did yesterday. All right, so you're in tree with the legs. Guide the knee to the front of the room, but don't set that right foot down. Hands at prayer center. Hold here for a second. Be mindful of your right knee. Bring it up to about hip height so your thigh is nice and flat. Hands at center. Lengthen up. Be strong. Root into your left leg. Lift your arms high up to the sky. One-legged mountain. That's where you are. Mountain pose in the arms, standing on one leg, finding your balance here. Awesome. Warriors are strong. You are a warrior. We did warrior 2. We're going to do warrior 3. Lengthen through your fingers. Send your right leg to the back of the room. Maybe your toes are touching the ground. That's okay. Maybe you lift the leg higher up the back wall. Parallel arms. Reach forward through your fingers. Little softness in your standing left knee. Right leg lifts. Look down to your mat. Bring your body into the shape of a capital letter T. Nice job. Sweep the right leg forward. Get your balance. If you fall out, no big deal. Get back in. One-legged mountain again. Knee, hip height. Fingers reach. Find your length. Hands to prayer center. Bring the foot of the right leg inside the left thigh. Come back to your tree. Lengthen up. You got it. Guide the knee to the front. Right foot meets left. Good on you. Let's balance on the other leg. Right leg is now your foundation. Dig in, get in there, find length. Bend your left knee, open it up to the side of the room. Bring the foot on up to wherever is right for you. Maybe you're on the ball of the foot and the heel is on the inside of the right ankle. Maybe it's a little higher. Skip over the knee. Don't put that sideways pressure on your knee. Push the foot in the leg, leg into the foot. Left knee driven to the back of the room. Hands to prayer center or hold on to a chair. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. You've got your tree pose going on. Grow your branches if you like, or grow a branch. Or keep your hands on your hips. Find your foundation in your strong right leg. Sway your branches. Maybe cross the body. You got it. Just move. You're strong. You can balance. Do this when you brush your teeth, too. Lengthen up. Maybe try to close your eyes. Take a long blink or a short blink. And be happy. And what is happiness? Happiness is not the absence of problems, because, oh my gosh, we've all got problems. But happiness is the ability to deal with those problems. And maybe your problem right now is keeping your balance. No big deal. Get back in. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Knee at hip height. Lift the arms back up. Lengthen through your fingertips. One-legged mountain. Lengthen through your fingers. Warrior 3. Send the left leg back. Same thing we did on the other side. Reach through your arms. Maybe you're almost in like a K shape. That's all right. Soften in the knee. Maybe the back leg lifts more. The parallel arms reach. Capital letter T for warrior 3. Sweep the leg back to a one-legged mountain. If you fall out, no big deal. Get back in. Hold it. Lengthen. You got it. Hands to prayer center. Place the sole of the foot inside the right leg. Back to tree. Starting point. You've got it. Breathe. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right. Whew! Awesome on you. You did it. That was a lot of balancing with a lot of movement and a lot of challenges. But you can face challenges. You just got to try. All right. Whew. Root into your feet. Let's do eagle pose, Garandasana. Bend your knees. Remember chair pose. Bend your knees. Weight back into your heels. Hold on here. You could be seated in a chair quite literally. Totally fine. Arms reach forward, or arms to opposite shoulders, or prayer center, always a good place to be. Sit back, more weight into your heels. Arms, if they're extended, or a nice counterbalance. Sweep your right arm under your left. Palms touch. Squeeze the elbows down. Gaze over your fingertips. Let's add in the leg. If you want, you could just do the arms or just the leg. Weight into the left foot. Right leg lifts. Cross the right leg over left. Squeeze high in the upper inner thighs. Top of the right foot, maybe work it to the back left calf. Sink low and hold and squeeze all that you got. Focus forward, stay strong, and let it go. Right foot comes down, arms sweep up, stretch it out in your extended mountain. Squeeze in a little baby back bend if you want. Fingers back to the sky. Other side, root into your right leg. Bend into your knees. Counterbalanced arms, arms to shoulders, or prayer center. Which do you like? Sink back, left leg lifts, left leg crosses over right this time. Top of the right foot, maybe behind the left calf. Breathe. Maybe you keep your hands at prayer center. I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right, palms touch, elbows squeeze forward and forward. Squeeze, tight, be strong. Because we're going to release now. Arms come up, leg comes down, extended mountain, baby back bend. Arms back up, hands to prayer center as you exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. The power of your breath. I posted a really neat article about your breath. It's on our group, a private group on Facebook. It's called Friends of 316 Yoga. Come check us out. I'll let you in and breathe. You'll find positive motivation there. Lengthen up. And soften up. Let's try another pose. Let's try dancer pose. All right. You can hold on to your chair. Totally fine. We're going to start with circling the right arm to the back of the room. Circle the arm to the back of the room. Root into your left leg. Take your right hand. Reach around. Capture the inside of your right foot. Once you've done that, all 5 fingers of the right hand are holding onto the foot. Work your knees back together and lift your left arm to the sky. Kick hard into your back right hand as you hinge forward. This left extended arm is a nice counterbalance. Kick toward the back of the room, then kick up toward the sky. You could hold on to a chair. Breathe. It's all good. Come out of your dancer. Right foot meets left. Both arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Lengthen here. Start to sweep your left arm to the back of your room. And don't forget your right arm reaching nice and high. Root into your right foot. Weight out of the left. On one of these arm sweep backs, capture the inside of your left foot. All 5 fingers inside the left foot by the big toe. Bring your knees together, lengthen up through your right hand. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you kick into your back left hand. Counterbalance of the right arm comes forward. Kick to the back wall, kick up to the sky, and reach. And finish. Left foot meets right. Both arms go up, extended mountain. Both arms go back, little baby back bend. Inhale, both arms go up. Exhale, both arms come to prayer center. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Let's fold forward. Fold forward, fingers toward the earth, gaze towards your knees. Let's get the wiggles going on. Wiggle your hips, shake your neck. Walk your hands forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, or just come into a down dog and we'll meet you there. I'm going to do Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Push the earth away. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through. Bring the right knee to your right wrist for half pigeon. Ekapada Rajakapatasana. Send your left leg long and straight. Bring the top of the left foot onto the mat. Left leg is long, right knee is, so bent. Bring the right foot a little more parallel to the top of the mat, working the shin more parallel to the top of the mat. Find a block, slip a block under your right glute. If you don't have a right block, if you don't have a block, if you don't have a block, make sure your hips are equidistant to the mat. Chances are you're going to be sagging onto that bent knee side. The block keeps you honest. Breathe. Come down to your forearms if you like. Maybe hands are crossed and you rest your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. This is such a good pose for your hips. Breathe in. Maybe sigh it out and soften up in the shoulders and in the hip. This is your half pigeon pose. Sometimes we take it on our back. Come back another day and I'll show you how to do it that way. But just don't give up. Some days we take this in a restorative practice, and in that practice we hold it for a long period of time. Imagine how refreshed and restored your hips will feel after you've done it for a couple minutes. All right, press into your hands. Lengthen up here. And then let's remove that block. Tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg long as you push back into a three-legged down dog. Shake your knee or right leg out, however you like. Whew. Plant the right foot next to the left. Other side, left leg lifts high. Exhale, left knee to your left wrist. Right leg long and super straight. Move your left foot with your right hand so your shin's a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Little block under your glute will keep you honest. Push into your earth. Maybe slip down to your forearms, hands on your head on your hands. Soften here. Just think of space in your hips. You want some mobility in your hips. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't hold on. Women hold tension in their hips, men more so in the shoulders. But just let it go. Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. It's nice straight arms. Block comes out, right toes tuck under. Three-legged down dog. Shake out your left leg. Any way you like. Foot comes down. Hinge forward, high plank. Oh no, here we go again. No, high plank, hold it. Push the earth away, come on down to your belly. Once on your belly, cobra pose for your spine. Hands under your collarbones. Legs long, big toes touching. Push the tops of your feet into your mat. Hug your elbows towards your spine. Nose is down on your mat. Big exhale. As you inhale, let your head rise up, gaze down your nose, push the tops of your feet into your mat, feel the compression in your low back, hands on your mat, or maybe it's fingertips on your mat, or maybe no hands on your mat. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine, squeeze your elbows down towards your feet, lift, finish. Come on down, arms down by your side, turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat. Whew. Breathe. Bend your knees. Hands capture the outsides of your ankles. If they're just way too far away, don't worry about it. Imagine reaching back toward them. I'm going to draw my heels closer to my bottom. I'm going to open up through my collarbones. I'm going to bring my head back to the midline of my body. Then I'm going to kick hard into my hands. I'm going to come into a floor bow pose. I'm going to balance on my hips. I'm going to rise up and kick hard into my hands and then finish. Come on down. Legs go long, arms by your side. Turn your head the other way so your right cheek is on the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. You did it. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Bend your elbows and put your hands under your collarbones. Press on up into a seal pose. Straighten the arms and soften in your glutes. Breathe. You got it. Press on up. Press on up to come to standing on your knees. Let's do camel pose, Ustrasana. All right, you're standing on your knees. Place your block behind your ankles, in between your ankles at a nice high height. Place your hands at your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Lengthen up through the spine and look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Push your hips forward. Maybe look up directly overhead. Maybe you reach a point where you can look all the way back to where the ceiling and the wall meet in your room. On the other side, maybe reach for the block, maybe reach for the heels, gaze back to the back of the room, then place your hands on your low back. Whew. Come on up. Shoulders over your hips. That's a big pose. How did you do? However low you took it, it's awesome. That's your camel pose. Let's do a bridge pose. Come on down to seated. Take your eye shade or your towel and bring it up by your shoulders. Legs go long, arms go up. Hinge forward, reach forward, seated forward fold. Reach for your toes, gaze to your knees. Inhale, arms sweep up. Come on back, roll on back. Arms are lifted, but come on back. You're in control, strong core. Arms down by your sides, bridge pose. Bend your knees, soles of your feet on your mat. Push into your hands. Push into your feet and lift your hips up. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Hips are lifted. Breathe. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. You got it. When you're ready, supine twist. Left leg long on your mat. Right knee bends, and you're going to hug it in with your interlaced fingers underneath the right knee. Can't quite reach it? Use your towel to help you. Hug it in. Hug in the knee, circle the right ankle this way and that. Left hand holds the right knee and it crosses the midline of the body. Roll onto your left hip, tee out your right arm, keep your right shoulder down and look to the right. Big twist. Right hip comes down, hug the knee in again, circle the ankle again. Right leg goes long. Repeat on the other side. Right leg is long and straight. Left knee is bent, grasp underneath the left knee, high on the shin, shoulders relaxed, circle the left ankle. Right hand captures the left knee. Guide that knee across the midline of your body as you roll onto the right hip this time. Hand is encouraging the knee toward the earth. Left arm, it tees out, and you look toward the left. Keep the left shoulder down and enjoy this big twist. Left hip comes down, hug the right knee in, and last little step, circle the ankle again. Left leg goes long on your mat. Draw both heels up toward your body. Left hand under left knee, right hand under right knee. Bring the knees toward the armpits. Rock a little bit from side to side. This is a pose that you're really glad you're doing at home, right? All right, take your hands, come to stillness at the midline of your body. Hands capture inside the calves if you can, to the ankles if you can, or reach towards your heels. Capture the heels, draw the toes towards the shin. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Send one leg straight as you bend the other, and then bend the other and send the other leg straight. Just a happy baby. Think of a little baby in its crib. How they do this effortlessly. But you stick with your practice. You can do it pretty effortlessly too, if you keep coming back. All right, legs high to the sky, knees together, bend your knees and slowly lower your legs all the way down. Send your legs long. Final Shavasana. Last pose. Don't run out on it. Allow your body this time of relaxation. Send your heels toward the edges of your mat. Arms down by your sides. Maybe grab that wonderful eye shade or the towel. Everybody's got a towel. And cover your eyes. Makes a difference when you cover the eyes. It really, really does. Palms face up. Wiggle your shoulders a little towards your spine. Breathe in and sigh it out. Let it all go. Pinky toes fall toward the edges of your mat. Softness in your face, especially between your eyebrows and in your cheeks. And in your shoulders, softness. Your breath. One of the first things you do, and one of the last things you do. Make every breath in between count. Take deep breaths to calm the body. In through the nose, and maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. Breathe in deeply through your nose. And maybe purse your lips a little bit and just kind of blow out like you're blowing out through a teeny tiny little straw. And make the exhale, almost twice as long as the inhale, if you can. Your body is heavy, your body is strong, but in order to have the strength, you've also got to have the rest. Inhale the strength and exhale the care that you need to give your body to recuperate and restore and refresh. All right, as you practice with me over time, maybe you'd like to keep your remote control close by so you can hit the pause button right about now and you can enjoy your final Shavasana longer. But if it's time for you to continue on with your day, let's come out of this pose of rest. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a big audible sigh out through the mouth. Letting all the stress go. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle the ankles and the wrists. Take a big inhale. Reach high overhead and stretch it out like it's your first before getting out of bed stretch in the morning. Stretch. Exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll into a position of new beginnings, a fetal position. Bottom arm is bent. Rest your head on it. Top arm is soft as the shoulder is away from the ear. Savor this breath here. It counts. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you're ready, slowly float on up, with hands or without hands. Just be aware. Eyes open or closed, whatever you feel like today. Sit crisscrossed in the legs, hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then soften in the shoulders. You did it. You did it. You did a 1 hour long yoga practice and a pretty quick paced one at that, but you helped your body get stronger and be better balanced. All right, you took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? And right now, what is it? It brings the stress down. It really does. Movement is so important. All right, so we moved so much today. We moved a lot. We found a lot more strength in our bodies. Come check us out tomorrow. We'll do it again, not this same practice, another practice, but I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it because you do it your way. As you go on with your day, reflect with pride on your practice today. Really, nothing wrong with being proud of what you did today. You had the courage to show up and you had the courage to try, and you did it. You are strong, you are improving, and you are full of life. Go and live it. Have a great day, everybody. From us to you, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See you on your mats tomorrow. Come here, Piper. Bye. Good girl. Good on you. Girl. You completed the practice. Awesome job. Everybody likes to be praised. Everybody likes to be told good job. Let's focus on the goodness this month. Focus on the goodness of your yoga. Focus on the goodness of how it feels in your body. And share that goodness with your friends. Tell them about our yoga. Here you go. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Everybody can do it. So tell your friends about our yoga. You can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com if you'd like to support our broadcast. But the biggest thing is just show up and focus on the good. See you tomorrow.